It's a great day to play, everybody. Welcome in. Whether this is your first time here or you are rejoining us, thank you so much for being here with us today. Don't forget, you're always loved, appreciated, and welcome here in this channel. Well, happy Sunday. Well, I guess for some of it's Sunday, for some of it's Monday, for some of it, maybe it's still Saturday. I don't know. But on Sundays, I just like to do things a little extra, and we have had a lot of requests to do the This Is BTS Army documentary by Xceleste. And all of the rest of our videos have been amazing, so why would I think that this one would be any different? So that's what we're going to do today. If you'd like to join in on the Army journey, don't forget to march on down and hit the like and subscribe button. See what I did there? See what I did there? March on down. Go ahead. Do it for all the dad puns you could ever want and more. Go ahead and do that. Thank you so much. But without further ado, why don't we just get right into it? Let's just check out what's going on here.
The BTS Army.
BTS Army.
BTS Army.
BTS Army.
BTS Army.
Who is the BTS Army? ARMY was officially established for BTS on July 9, 2013. The meaning of a military army is implied, tying in with the name of BTS, which stands for Bangtansonyundan, or Korean for Bulletproof Boy Scouts. ARMY is an acronym for Adorable Representative MC for Youth, given to them in hopes that they will raise their voices and stand with BTS in support of the underrepresented values they often address in their work. ARMYs in its early conception and demographic spoke for the youth, walking alongside BTS to block out stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations imposed on adolescents, actively working to defend and preserve the value and ideals of today's youth. While what initially draws in new fans may be their talent and their catchy melodies, many grow into dedicated armies due to BTS's core values, missions, and social messages.
I mean, that ain't wrong. Especially as a musician myself, like, I take a special care in wanting to promote values that I think are consistent with my own values, and especially when I find musicians that like are so humble but like just want to give back, and they're doing it because it's the right thing, not because it's like some PR stunt. Just goes such a long way.
Which have been magnets for the diversity of the fandom. BTS is adamant on their stances against bullying, abuse, and the current socio-economic norms. They seek to empower youth and women, promoting mental health, self-love, and self-development. They have inspired many fans to better themselves and be active in fighting against social injustices. ARMYs started small but passionate, much like BTS. However, one stereotype that incessantly follows the fandom is that of screaming hormonal teenage girls. While amazing young folks are indeed a part of ARMY, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with being a young or passionate person, statistics prove that BTS reaches far beyond its expected demographics. Take a look at this age demographic.
I was waiting for this because this was also partially in the other video that we watched. And it's kind of funny because going along with that, like, obviously a large part of my audience at this point in time stems from a lot of like wouldn't be considered like Western music. So from Dimash to BTS to Blackpink to some Monster X, like we've done quite a bit kind of around that. And like, I have a very diverse audience that when I go in and check my numbers, like, it's not what I would necessarily expect it to be either. So it's pretty cool. And it actually looks a lot like this graph that they're about to show.
24% are in their 20s, 28% are in their 30s, and 25% are 40 years old and over. Here's a graph from Reuters, who compiled the web traffic for 2020 Map of the Soul tour tickets. Females ages 25 and up made up 46% of web traffic, while 31% were males. ARMYs hail from different countries, backgrounds, ethnicities, ages, creed, and gender. I think it is important to note that there are passionate fans in almost all disciplines and subcultures, most notably in the sports world. I do often wonder why it's socially acceptable for boys and men to show their undying love and support for something they're fanatic about, yet girls and women are so often belittled for their enthusiasm.
I never really thought about it that way, I guess. Maybe it's because I also grew up like I don't know. I never thought it was weird for like regardless of who you are for to like fan out to a band, I guess. Like I don't guys, girls, to me it's not weird, but that's also because I feel like I'm also like a musician. So like I didn't grow up like stereotypes for me in high school, right? Like when I was in choir and musical theater and stuff like that, there was obviously stereotypes for me. And so I didn't necessarily fit into the pattern with a lot of the other people. So I guess I probably look at it a little bit differently too, where like music was cool for me. And to a lot of people, especially like guys looking in on it, I would, like that wasn't cool. But for me, it was cool. So I look at it a little bit differently. But I can see where they're coming from on this because yeah, like it wasn't cool for me, and those people would have thought that about women as well. So interesting.
To help you visualize, take a look at this graph from Research BTS, showing similarities and differences between sport fans and boy band fans. Also, note that older fans often have more disposable income. That helps them afford the band's merchandise and concert tickets, and creates an advertising market for the products the band promotes to older consumers, including Samsung phones and Hyundai cars. Their dedication, passion, and organization has helped us support BTS through a myriad of paths, enabling BTS and ARMYs to achieve incredible results such as getting BTS's single Dynamite to debut at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and staying in the top spot for 2 consecutive weeks. Only 44 songs in the chart's history have debuted at number 1, and only 20 of those songs remained on the top for a second consecutive week. With the success of Dynamite, BTS was recognized by the Recording Academy for their music for the first time, securing them a Grammy nomination for the Best Pop Duo Group Performance, making them the first Korean pop act to ever be nominated under this category.
That's so cool. Just like how many barriers have they broken? Like that's just it's so cool. And it's cool to watch it during our generation too. Like I know they have fans from everywhere, but like when I say our generation, I don't just mean my age group. I just mean like as much as there's a lot of hatred around the country right now and around the world, there's also like I think as much acceptance on the other end of that. And so I think that it's a unique opportunity and a unique moment in time where we get to see a lot of really, really interesting and positive changes happening. Also, a little fun fact: I worked for Hyundai for quite a few years.
Since then, BTS has achieved 3 number 1 debuts on the Billboard Hot 100, with the most recent one being Life Goes On. Unlike their single Dynamite, which was sung in English, Life Goes On was sung in mostly Korean. The day Dynamite dropped, it had a total of 1,700 spins on the US radio, while Life Goes On only had 6 total spins on US radio. This made debuting Life Goes On at number 1 even more impressive, not only because of language, but because radio airplay accounts for a large portion of the Hot 100 scores. With the release of Life Goes On and the new album B, BTS topped multiple charts on its release week. Each achievement on this non-exhaustive list is remarkable in its own right, but the true marvel of Life Goes On is this. A largely Korean language song debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with virtually no radio play, no remixes, and no bundles. The song's stratospheric debut offers unimpeachable proof of BTS's popularity and the dedication of their fans. Together, they have subverted a Western music industry whose archaic practices are often rooted in racism and xenophobia, and redefined what a Korean pop act can achieve on the US charts. ARMY has also helped BTS set historical records such as the Beatles' 52-year record, Bee Gees' 42-year record, Michael Jackson's 36-year record, Celine Dion's 24-year record, Adele's 5-year record, and more.
We were just talking about that in the previous video too, of like, how long do you think that they're gonna hold on to those records for? You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna be looking back on this years from now and like, wait, it's like 10 years and somebody's gonna be like, they finally overtook BTS's 11-year record or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy to think about.
BTS has sold out multiple stadiums around the world, including 2 nights at the Wembley Stadium in London, which holds 90,000 people, and the concert sold out in just 90 minutes, making BTS the 12th artist to ever sell out the legendary Wembley Stadium. During a time when streaming numbers have increased and traditional album sales have decreased, BTS holds the records for the best-selling physical album of the year and the only act to sell over 500,000 copies in the United States. The album Map of the Soul 7 has sold over 4 million copies worldwide. In 2019, BTS were chosen as endorsement models for Hyundai's Palisade SUV. Hyundai estimated sales to be around 25,000, but had already received 52,000 orders weeks after its announcement, and the numbers kept growing.
So, if you guys care about my story at all, I was managing a Hyundai dealership at the time when the Palisade dropped, and it was insane. Like, they were pre-sold out everywhere, and people were paying like far over sticker for them, like window sticker for them, and it was like a huge big deal. And somehow through all that, I didn't even know, maybe just because it wasn't here in our advertising, like in the Midwest, I didn't even know that they were involved in it. That's so crazy.
The demand for the Palisade skyrocketed so rapidly, Hyundai struggled to keep up with demands and was backlogged by 6 to 10 months. In 2020, BTS endorsed luxury massage chair brand Bodyfriend. Their sales increased by 46% from the previous year. In short, ARMY sell out everything the members touch. Unsurprisingly, their purchase power goes beyond BTS merchandise. The fandom once sold out fabric softener and wine.
What?
BTS themselves are charitable and are aware of their power and influence. They have been leading by example. ARMYs never straying far from BTS's actions have also taken to show their love and support towards all 7 of the members, but also towards each other and the world around us. While they sell out stadiums and set and break records in the music industry, they've also nurtured a strong and loving community. On Twitter, crops of accounts unusual within a music fandom have been cultivated, such as BTS Army Medical Union, an account made by pre-med medical students and health professional fans who sought to make learning about medical science fun and accessible. Accounts like BTS Army Bar Association, made up of Army lawyers who took on the task to educate the fandom about laws and legal systems. Army Academy, account providing free tutoring services and advice for young people who need that type of support. Borahe Entertainment, created for Army creative artists and musicians. Army Help Center, who seek to provide an open ear for those who might need it for the sake of mental health. They created resources within the fandom to help keep organized and informed. There was even a project called the Purple Ribbon Project to help protect the members from getting mobbed while traveling through airports around the world. The efforts were seen by the band, and one of the members, V, even took pictures with the purple ribbons that were used. Not only do we help each other, but we also try to help the world around us. One of ARMY's main charity fan bases, One in an Army, created in 2018, is a collective that acts as a guide in global fundraising initiatives for fans to donate directly to charities. To give you an idea, here's the One in an Army's charity summary map from 2019.
Whoa.
In 2019, more than 370 plus charity projects were created in different countries under ARMY.
Jeez.
In 2020, when BTS's concert was cancelled in South Korea due to COVID-19, fans donated their concert ticket refunds to help with relief and prevention efforts. In June of 2020,
Wait, what? That's so crazy. You're all way too generous. Ugh, what an amazing group of people.
Moved by BTS's statement and show of support to the Black Lives Matter movement, armies all over the world who had already been donating to BLM causes band together and matched BTS's 1 million donation in just one day. BTS never fails to talk very highly of ARMY, and other artists have also added to the praise.
The BTS Army. They're some of the most loyal, positive, and fun fans that you could ever dream of, and I just want to say thank you to all of them. Jimmy Fallon loves you.
The Army are great.
They're the most beautiful human beings.
They're so awesome. Also, they're so poorly represented in culture as these like fangirl, crazy, like mindless, and they're the opposite. They're like intelligent, they're funny, they're tasteful, they're charitable. Like they wanted to say thank you to me for something, and they organized something like charitable in my name.
That's awesome.
And they were like, what should we do for Halsey to say thank you? Like, should we stream her song? Should we this? And they're like, nah, she doesn't care about that stuff. Let's donate to a charity in her name. And like organized this whole thing, and then like did this like charitable thing for me. And they were like, this is our way of saying thanks, Halsey. Like, thanks. And I was like,
That's spectacular.
and part of me was like,
Wow.
why isn't everyone's fans doing this? Can you imagine if everyone's fans thanked them by organizing charity in their name?
By helping others.
What a better place this world would be.
And I think ARMY is just good to people. They see when it's real, and I've been so grateful that that effort to just be respectful has been taken in such a beautiful way, because I know that there have been other instances where people haven't been as respectful, which is unfortunate, and it's tough to see that, because you're like, it's not that hard, just be conscious of who you're working with and give love to those who deserve it. But I feel very grateful that they've just opened me with welcome arms, and it's so good to me. So it's been amazing.
And on top of that, they've developed this global army, this BTS army, that is not just like geeked out fans. Like BTS donated $1 million to Black Lives Matter, and the army was like, yo, if they can do it, we can do it. And they came, like fans who were already coming out of the pocket to support artists, came out of pocket more to support charity. And this isn't the first time they've done this. This BTS Army charity gives a bunch to philanthropic causes. So as an artist, as a performer, hell man, we have fun, you know, we're doing good stuff. But if we can resonate through the television to you at home, to come out of your pocket to give to a cause, like that's work, man. That's work, and that's purpose, and that's changing the world. You know, like that's impressive. That is impressive.
So amazing. I don't know if it's like a delusion of grandeur, but like, you know, ever since I was a kid, like I've always had this feeling like I was supposed to do something to change the world, you know, and I've always tried to like aim for the betterment of people. When I became a content creator, like that's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to just get people talking and to make people better and do charity work. Like we do charity work through this channel. We've raised about $20,000 in the last, I think we've done 10 or 11 charities now in the last 10 or 11 months. And like for a small channel, that's huge. And it just like, I believe that like in order for us to make change, in order for us to change the world, like each one of us has to step up one at a time. And so it's just so amazing to see that. You're all amazing.
방탄팬이나 아미들이 라디오에 노래 좀 틀어달라라고 요청했을 때 오케이 절대로 그러지 않았습니다. 라고 하는 그 무시와 핍박을 정말 셀 수 없이 당해야만 했었죠. 그런데 팬들은 절대로 거기에 지지 않았습니다. 어떤 무시와 편견이 닥치더라도 끝까지. 왜? 이들의 음악은 정말 훌륭하기 때문에 사람들을 변화시킬 수 있는 힘이 있기 때문에 널리 전파해야만 한다라는 뭔가 역사적 사명 같은 걸 가지고 있었던 거예요.
I hope that this video has given you valuable insight that ARMYs value positivity and kindness while actively fighting against prejudice, just as BTS does. So, despite constant pushback from the music industry, the media, and other fandoms, often being discredited, bullied, and stereotyped, BTS and ARMY continue to lift each other up. To learn more about BTS, their personalities, and more, please refer to these websites, apps, and ARMY accounts to stay tuned. If you'd like to learn more about them through my videos, check out This is BTS, BTS's contribution to music, and BTS Hardships. The Purple Hub is also still working on future projects such as a website and more informational videos. Stay tuned!
Oh, so awesome. Once again, huge big thank you to Xceleste for making such an amazing video and continuing to provide us with content. It's been like unbelievably helpful. Like some of these videos that have been made that are fan made, like it has been unbelievably helpful in this journey, and I can't thank them enough. So please go and make sure, if you haven't already, I'm sure that most of you have, but if you haven't already, please go and show her some support and like and subscribe on her page as well. Um, it just makes me smile, guys. The more that I learn, like the world can be unbelievably shitty, you know, and we see a lot of negative every single day. In this country in particular, especially the news consistently is forcing negativity and down our throats, like all the time. And that's just unfortunate. And having just that little bit of positivity, the what you guys do, that seeing how many of you are so good-hearted and so open, and this movement of people, it gives me faith and it keeps me motivated and it keeps me inspired to do more and to also try to do what I want to do, which is change lives and really work for the betterment of people. So thank you all so much, ARMY. Really, really appreciate you. You are all 100% amazing. You're breathtaking. If you want to keep following our journey and you haven't yet, I don't know why you haven't yet, but if you haven't yet, please don't forget, like and subscribe below. If nobody told you that they love you today, don't forget, I love you. You're appreciated and you're always welcome in this channel. Last but not least, it was a great day to play. Thank you all so, so much. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.